Hello guys, it's your friendly neighborhood storyteller, Austin here, or Luna. Can you guys guess that I just woke up in the middle of the day? Or sorry, night. It's the middle of the, no, it's not the middle of the night. It's evening, middle of the evening. My brain is not on yet. It's 6 p.m. when I woke up. If anyone has any methods to fix their sleep schedule, please tell me because I've tried everything and it's not working, bro. It's not working. I'm stuck in a perpetual cycle of hell with this sleep schedule, bro. Anyway, today's story, it's an interesting one, okay? It's an interesting one. So I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's get into it. So today's story time all takes place back in 9th grade, freshman year. Now around this time, life was pretty good. Can't really complain. Life was going good, right? This was actually at the end of freshman year. Most of the stories I tell from freshman year take place in the beginning, but this one takes place at the end. And the end of every school year, at my school at least, we did this thing every year called Field Day. I'm sure some of you have it. You go outside in the field and you spend a lot of time just out there with your class and your friends, and you kind of have like a day off, you know, you get to spend the day outside doing fun, recreational activities like sports or, like a cookout, like a pizza party or something, you know what I mean? Like there's usually something to do out there. And that's what my school did every year towards the end of the year when things were kind of like, slowing down and, it was almost over, we'd have field day. Now I liked field day a lot because it meant a day off, obviously. What I didn't like about it is people would wild out. For example, I had a lot of people in my class that because it was a day off and because they were so excited, they would do some stupid shit. And this story time involves that. So this starts off like any other normal day back then. I wake up, I get up out of bed. It's like 6 a.m. I take a shower. I get ready for the day. I was pretty excited because I knew that it was field day. I knew that it was, pretty much going to be a day of doing nothing. So that was cool. And I got ready. Took a shower, ate some breakfast, hung out with my mom for a little bit before the bus got to my house, got on the bus. I sat next to my friend Zach. I was sitting next to him on the way to school, and we were both talking about field day and how fun it was going to be. We then got to school. I went to my locker, got some stuff out for first period, went to first period, and on this day, field day was not going to start until about 2 hours in. So the first 2 hours of the day was going to be pretty normal, just going to class and stuff, so that kind of sucked. But after those 2 hours, it was time for field day. We're just going to fast forward to that because that's where the story time really starts. So we go to my third period class. We all line up. We go outside for field day. A bunch of the classes are out there. We're all hanging out. And the plan was they were playing flag football. They also had pizza and some like sweets and stuff. And everyone was just going to be able to either play the football or hang out and just watch. So I was stoked on that. I picked watch. I just wanted to eat pizza and watch them play because I just wanted to be lazy. My ass did not feel like playing football on this day. Plus, I don't know, I'm not very athletic. So yeah, I chose to be lazy. Obviously, probably not the best choice. I probably should have chose to, be active on this day because my body would have thanked me. But, whatever. Can't take that back. It was 9th grade. So me and like 4 of my friends are sitting on the bleachers just watching our friends play football like in the field, and we're hanging out. And one of my friends stands up to go and grab some pizza, right? Because he had ate his and he wanted some more. And the friend that stood up was Zach, the one that I rode the bus with. He stands up, he starts walking down the bleachers to grab some pizza. And one of my other friends, we'll just call this other friend Jacob. Jacob gets up, runs up behind him while he's going down the bleachers, Zach, and he pulls Zach's pants down. He pantses him. And Zach's just standing there in his American Eagle boxers looking at us all angry, and we're all laughing because it was kind of funny, I can't lie. And Zach pulls his pants back up and he's like, man, fuck y'all. He turns around, he goes down there and he grabs a pizza, right? Now, I didn't think much of it. I thought, okay, harmless prank, one-time thing, no big deal, right? Well, like 15, 20 minutes later, another friend of mine gets up to go grab some pizza, and that same friend that was sitting behind us pantses him as well. So now I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is becoming a thing. This is what my friend group are going to be doing. We're going to be pantsing each other. I'm not with this. Because look, guys, I've been pantsed like 3 times in my life, maybe 4. And for some reason, 90% of the time, my underwear goes down as well. Like they don't just pull my pants down, they pull my pants and my underwear down. I don't know if it's because who's pantsing me just gets a crazy grip on my pants and really, really pulls. I don't know if it's because I just have very unlucky luck. I don't know if it's because my underwear was just too loose back then. I don't know, bro, but it always happened and it was always fucking embarrassing because it's one thing to get your pants pulled down and you're in your boxers, but bro, getting both pulled down and you're exposed to the world against your will, nah, that is not okay. Neither is really okay, but that one especially is not okay. So yeah, when my friends started doing this, I spoke up and I was like, yo, I'm getting up to grab pizza in like 5 minutes. If any of you do that to me, I'm gonna fucking throw hands. I was obviously joking because I hate violence, and they knew that. They knew I was kidding. But there was some serious in it. Not because I was going to throw hands with them, but because I didn't want to get my pants pulled down. That was the serious part. So I got up like 5 minutes later to grab some pizza, and guess what? They didn't pants me. They left me alone. So it was good to know that my friends, they were cool, right? They listened to me. They knew I didn't want that to happen. They knew about my past with pantsing, and they were cool about it, right? So I thought. So I fucking thought. Because little did I know, 15 minutes later, the worst shit ever was about to happen to me. So at school at the time, in 9th grade, there was this girl in my class that I really, really liked. We'll just call her Megan, okay? Megan was in my history class. I really, really liked her. We sat close to each other, and I didn't know if she liked me or not. We had some pretty good conversations. She sometimes would seem interested. Other times I couldn't quite read her. But on this day, during field day, I had an idea. I thought, you know what? Today's the day. I'm going to go up to her during field day while everyone's in a good mood, and I'm going to ask her if she'd be down to hang out sometime outside of school. I wasn't asking her on like an official date or anything, but I thought, maybe hanging out outside of school would lead to that. I just wanted to get to know her more, get to know each other a little better, and then maybe think about, asking her out officially. So yeah, like 15 minutes after I ate my pizza, I saw her at the table where all like the sweets and the pizza was and stuff, kind of like standing there talking to her friend, and then her friend walked away, and I thought, okay, this is my chance. This is the chance. I'm going to go up to her. I'm going to ask her to hang out. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Like, I was definitely feeling a lot of emotions, right? Now I look over at all my friends who are sitting next to me and behind me and stuff, and I was like, all right, y'all, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go ask Megan if she'll hang out after school one of these days. And all my homies were like, bro, good luck. Like, good luck. You got this, bro. Good luck. They were all being very supportive, right? I didn't have a single thought in the back of my mind that they were about to do some fuck shit. So I get up. I walk down the bleachers. I walk up to her. I was like, hey, Megan. She's like, hey, Austin, what's up? I was like, not much, just hanging out, enjoying field day. How about you? What are you doing? She's like, same here, just enjoying it. We start making some small talk. We're talking about friends of ours and stuff. And we're like, just kind of making small talk, right? And I'm like kind of getting the courage to ask her. And finally, I do it. I was like, hey, so I came over here for a reason. And she's like, oh yeah, what reason is that? I was like, do you want to hang out after school someday? And she was like, of course. And immediately, all of my like dopamine and everything it goes up, right? I'm very excited. I'm very happy. Everything was great, right? And right after she said, of course, right after I was on cloud 9, I was so happy. I thought nothing could go wrong. I feel the sensation of my pants go down. And not just my pants, my underwear too. And I look down and I see my pants on the ground, my underwear on the ground, and my friend behind me running away. The same friend that pants the other two friends of mine. Now, obviously, I reacted very fast. I was like the fucking Flash, bro. I pulled my pants back up as fast as I possibly could. They were probably only down for about, a second or two at most. Very quick, right? But even 1 second is too long for that. Because when I looked up, I saw everybody laughing at me. Everybody that saw it was fucking laughing, dude. Probably a good 25 people were laughing at me. And look, man, I can take a joke, okay? I can take being laughed at. I can take being the joke. I can take a lot of things when it comes to being made fun of, right? I can. But when I'm getting laughed at and made fun of, right after I just asked this girl to hang out with me, this girl that I liked a lot, I got really mad very fast. And you guys know me. I've talked about it in videos so many times. I am not a violent person. I am not a person that likes fighting. I think fighting is not the answer. I very much think fighting should only be used as a last resort and self-defense, tactic. I'm definitely just not with it, right? But on this day, when this happened, and I was looking around and I was seeing 25 people or 30 people, however many it was a lot of people, right? Just pointing at me, laughing, smiling. And then I look over at Megan and she's giving me that look of like feeling bad for me because everyone's laughing at me, which honestly, very nice of her to not laugh as well, because she easily could have joined in and been like, haha, funny, you got your pants pulled down. But she was just looking at me with like a look of kind of sadness because she felt bad for me getting laughed at. But just all of this combined, right? I got the biggest, most uncontrollable feeling of rage, right? Some of the most angry feelings I've ever felt in my life, because it was just so fucked up, bro. I was talking to a girl I really liked, and my homie, someone I've been friends with for a long time, thought that was the time to pants me. And I could feel it when he pants me. He grabbed extra hard to make sure my underwear went down too. Like, he was trying to get me fucking really embarrassed. So yeah, I'm not too proud of this next part of the story, but I turned around, I locked on to my homie that pants me. We'll just call him like Ethan or something, right? I locked on to Ethan because he was the one that pants me. I saw him running away after my pants went down, and I started running at him full speed. I could see it on his face. He knew I was coming at him to fucking fight. And he was looking back at me with a look of like, yo, Austin, don't do this. Don't do this. And like he put his hands up. He had a look of like fear, which was honestly kind of surprising because he was bigger than me, right? Like in the sense of physical like build, I figured he would be pretty fearless when it came to someone like me in my size at the time fighting him. But he was looking kind of scared and he was putting his hands up and I saw him like saying stop, stop, stop as I got closer. I did not care though. Right when I got close enough, I dived at him, tackled him to the ground, and started swinging. And the craziest part is like earlier in the story when I was like, oh, like if someone pantses me, I'm throwing hands. I was not being serious. But just because of the circumstances that were new, like being in front of that girl that I liked and how embarrassed I was, all of that shit went out the window. I was no longer kidding. I was actually throwing hands. And yeah, I tackled him to the ground and I started hitting him. Now, I'm not proud of this, man. I feel bad to this day about this shit. Because he was on the ground, I was on top of him, and I was hitting him. Like multiple times, bro. I think I landed at least 5 or 6 punches before a teacher came over and pulled me off. And I felt fucking horrible immediately afterwards. Like I thought I would feel better doing that. I thought, oh, I'm really mad right now. It'll feel better to hit him. But the second I got pulled off him and we both got up and I saw how red in the face he was and like, you know, how angry I was and how angry he was now, it just sucked. I was like, bro, one of my best friends is now one of my enemies. So after they split us up, they proceeded to escort me and Ethan to the principal's office and sit us down in there. And the principal sits down in front of us and she's like, Austin, it is literally the one day out of every year where you don't have to do anything. You can just like chill and eat your food and hang out and enjoy the nice weather that we're having with your friends and talk to them and have fun. It's the one day where you don't have to worry about school and be stressed out. How did this happen? Like, how did you get angry enough to attack your friend? Because she knew that me and Ethan were friends. And I look over at Ethan, I look back at the principal, and I told her the truth. I was like, well, I went up to Megan to talk to her because I wanted to hang out with her after school one of these days, someone I like. And Mr. Ethan came up behind me and pulled my pants and my underwear down in front of her. And not just in front of her, many others as well. A lot of people in my class laughed at me. It was very embarrassing. I couldn't control myself. I got really mad and I attacked him. And she looks over at Ethan and she's like, is this true? And he goes, yeah, I'm sorry. And he looks over at me and then says he's sorry again. I just kind of nodded my head. And the principal goes, well, this isn't acceptable in any way, shape, or form, either of what you guys did. You can't attack students. And she points to me. And she looks over at Ethan and she points at him. And she goes, and you can't pull people's pants down. That's not funny. You could ruin somebody's life by doing that. Like, you just don't know how people are going to react to stuff like that, okay? It's really, really not a good thing to be doing. And then my principal's like, all right, well, I'm calling both of your parents. I'm letting them know what happened today. They'll be here to pick you up very soon. Obviously, you're not staying here the rest of the day. You're going to get suspended. And I was like, okay, how long? And she goes, 4 days each. So I got 4 days of out-of-school suspension and Ethan got 4 days of out-of-school suspension, which really surprised me, to be honest, because I thought I'd get a worse suspension. Like, obviously what Ethan did was not okay, right? Like, you know, fucking pantsing me and embarrassing me. But I punched him multiple times and attacked him. So I really thought that, like, I'd get the worst suspension. But we got the same punishment, which was kind of crazy. And after that, yeah, she called their parents. Both of our parents came in, both of our moms. They were both obviously very upset with us and giving us that look of like, what the hell, guys? Like, what are you doing? And after talking to us with our parents for a little bit, the principal, our parents, we finally got dismissed. We finally got to leave. And as we were walking out the door in a group, Ethan looks over at me, taps me on the shoulder. I was like, what's up, man? He goes, yo, I'm sorry. And he holds out his hand to shake my hand. To which I held out my hand and I was like, it's fine. And we shook hands. And I was like, bro, be honest. Did you pull extra hard? Like, bro, it felt like you pulled pretty hard. Like, were you trying to get both of my stuff down, my pants and my underwear? He goes, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I was like, you're evil. Why? He's like, I don't know, man. I thought you would think it's funny. I didn't think you'd get so mad. And I was like, bro, what is funny about that? He's like, you're right, bro. You're right. Like, I really am sorry. Like, looking back, that was really fucking stupid. And I was like, it's fine. It's done. He goes, are we good? Like, for real? I was like, yeah, bro. And he goes to dap me up, and we dap up. He, like, kind of gives me a side hug. I was like, bro, I'm sorry, too. I shouldn't have hit you. That's fucked up. He goes, nah, man, I deserve that shit. I deserved every hit. I wouldn't have been mad if you hit me 10 more times. And I was like, nah, bro, that shit's not okay. It's not. I'm sorry, too. He's like, I appreciate that, man. And we made up. Now, the story time doesn't actually end there, okay? Like, yeah, the main beef ends there. But there's a little bit more to it. So fast forward to the next school week. At this point, my suspension is over. I'm back at school. I haven't seen really anybody since the incident, including Megan. And when I walked into school on this day, the first person I saw was Megan. I saw her at my locker waiting for me. And I thought, okay, this could be either really, really good or really, really bad. I'm either about to like get humiliated or I'm about to really have a nice start to my morning. So I walk up to her and I was like, hey, Megan, what are you doing here? And she goes, I've been waiting here every morning. I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, well, almost every morning, pretty much. I've been waiting to see you. I didn't know when you get unsuspended. I was like, oh, well, I'm back. Yeah, it's over. She's like, I'm happy to see you. I was like, thank you. And then I was just honest with her. I was like, honestly, I thought after that day and how embarrassing that was and how like everyone made fun of me, I thought you wouldn't talk to me anymore. And she was like, what? Over that? Hell no. You're pretty cool. And I was like, thank you. So are you. And she was like, yeah, so like we never got to finish our conversation. So hang out after school soon. I was like, yeah, if you're still down. She's like, yeah, of course. Are you down like this Friday? And I was like, yeah. And guess what, y'all? That Friday, we hung out. It was sick. And by the end of us hanging out, I asked her out officially, and she said yes, and I dated her. So I want to say something right now, and I want to make this very clear. If somebody comes up to you in school or anywhere in life, and they try and tear you down, they try and embarrass the shit out of you, they try and steal your glory, do not let that shit get to you. You persevere, you keep going, you keep living, you don't let that shit get to you, and you fucking achieve anything you want, because I promise you can do it. I didn't mean to go all fucking motivational sports speaker on you for a second, but like, bro, I thought I had no chance after this happened. And then, little did I know, my chances were better than I thought. But yeah, in the end, I dated Megan. Me and Ethan made up when we were friends. There was one negative part to this story, though. There was a couple dickheads in my class that were definitely kind of annoying about this incident for at least 1 to 2 weeks afterwards, like bringing it up and like trying to make fun of me and shit. And the funniest part, they weren't even like making fun of me for like seeing me naked. They just thought it was funny it happened in front of Megan. But let me tell you, when the school found out that we were officially dating, they all fucked off real fast. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the story. Pretty interesting one in my opinion, and one of my most interesting freshman year moments. Now there's a couple morals to this story. Moral number 1, okay? Do not pants your friends, okay? I don't care how funny you think it is, because you might end up pantsing them a little too hard and more than just their pants goes down, okay? So don't do that. Number 2, don't attack your friends just because you're mad at them, like I did. That was very, very immature of me. Not cool at all. And number 3, be confident in yourselves, guys. If someone's messing with you, trying to embarrass you in any way, shape, or form, whether that be making fun of you or trying to prank you or talking shit about you, you ignore them, you keep moving, you keep being you. And by ignoring them, you're letting them know that you live in their head rent-free, not the other way around. And they'll eventually fuck off. But yeah, guys, that's the story. I hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry I haven't done any like 40-minute ones or an hour-long one recently. I was kind of taking a hiatus from that to celebrate my birthday and stuff. But tomorrow I'll be going back to doing some of the longer videos. I think tomorrow's video is like 30 minutes, 40 minutes long. So look forward to that. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.